Old and Achy here with another Halo 5 Guardians Mythic LASO, or Legendary All Skulls On walkthrough, and this is going to be Mission 13 in the series, or Genesis. And we'll be getting to the loading screen here pretty quick, but as we do, a couple things I want to point out. With scoring attack on number 1, we will not see any real cinematics, and number 2, Mythic and Tilt do not give me any additional armor or shielding, so I have to be a little bit more careful. And in this particular start of this particular mission, I do not have the ability to position my buddies or actually to point out enemies to kill, so I'm on my own. Now, I've tried to speed run this thing down, but I tend to get tagged a lot. So what I'm going to do is start off fairly slowly in the first half of this downward climb.
We'll be fine. Let's find out.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but the Wraith kind of disappeared there. Alright, first off, I'm going to start taking out these grunts, regardless of what the Guardian buddies say. Because I don't have the additional shielding and whatever of my of previous games, it doesn't take a lot to knock me out. So I want to make sure that these guys, and there are Phaetons flying around as well, make sure these guys don't tag me. Alright, so I've taken care of a couple of grunts, and now I am moving very slowly to the first soldier. I'm hoping his back is turned to me, which it is, and boom. So any loss of shield that I got before, I got back right there. There's a couple more grunts over here. Alright, now at this point I'm pretty sure that I have my shields up, but there's another soldier coming up here who's a real pain in the butt, and I'm going to try to take him out as well as soon as this little thingy here goes. Oh, and there goes another Phaeton. Okay. And if you're lucky, you can knock him right off the platform. There he goes. Okay. Now we have some more grunts up here that I want to take out, so I don't. God darn it! So I don't get tagged. I don't know if that was a Phaeton or not. I'm not that worried about losing my shields because I'll get my health back if when I make it all the way through. Because I'm going to be in a tank for most of this mission. Alright, at this point I am now hauling it. I took those grunts out and I'm just running by everybody out here. I'm firing at the grunts just to get them out of the way. If I hit them, then that's good. If not, and I just need to get by this soldier. I jump and thrust by, and at this point I'm good to go. And that's how I approach this section. Others do it differently, but this, I don't know, I had a little stop there momentarily. This particular one, this particular approach works pretty well, unless I miss the smashes on the soldiers. If I miss the melees on the soldiers, I'm toast. But it's the beginning of the mission, so just restart it. You've lost a couple of minutes, that's it. It really gets interesting from this point on. Oh, none of my buddies made it. Oh, they'll respawn down here below. We're about to get a tank. And again, because Tilt, for example, does not provide additional shielding for anything that I am driving, I have to be a little bit more careful about how I use this Scorpion tank, because his armor isn't as good as it would have been in previous games. So this is why you will see me operating very carefully, especially since I have a really hard time driving. For some reason, I got a twitchy thumb. It gets me spinning the thing all over the place. Okay, I'm going to grab a light rifle, tell my buddies who have respawned to take a light rifle.
Take this, Spartan.
Copy.
Pick up this weapon. Right away.
Alright, and then tell them to jump on the tank.
Take that scorpion, Spartan.
I'll take the big gun first,
And everybody, one will go into the gunner seat, the other two will be on the tracks. And off we go. And up first are two ghosts that we have to take out. Notice how I get a little flippy there.
Scorpion's well nigh unstoppable.
Drives me nuts that I can't control this dang going tank. Again, I'm trying to minimize fire on the tank. Alright, combination of me and my gunner there took out the first ghost. The second one's hanging back by the bridge. And he's firing at me. I am such a terrible shot. There he goes. Got him that time. Alright, on to the bridge. We're going to see another Guardian come in here. That's going to freak everybody out. And by the way, that's Exuberant, the monitor there. Okay, I'm easing on up here because some crawlers and a soldier captain with a splinter turret is going to appear, and he's going to fire. I don't know why I can't take him out right when he spawns. For some reason, maybe it's the splinter turret and is shielding him. Anyway, I just get the heck out of dodge. Let them come to me. Alright. Got the soldier captain. And just cleaning up the grunts. I mean the crawlers. Not the grunts. Jeez. Wrong race there. Alright, we get a little bit further up and we'll notice off in the distance there a wraith. Go ahead and take him out. Or it out.
Can't you tell them to let us through?
No. Between Warden and Cortana, most of my administration privileges have been revoked. But worry not. I still have
So Exuberant is not all that powerful. Okay, once we take the wraith out, we'll have another soldier captain appear along with a turret. And I'm not too worried about the captain. I can back away from him. I just want to take that turret out. And then we'll come back up here. And, it's possible that I actually got that one. Or it jumped off. To get out of the way of my cannon fire, it jumped off the map. That has happened. Okay, we've got a couple of ghosts down here, plus some shielded jackals. So we're taking them out at leisure. Around the corner is a turret and a phaeton. And the phaeton is a pain in the butt. We definitely want to take that out. So once we clear the way here, I'm just going to ease on down a little bit. Yeah, the phaeton is firing now at the... I can see it. It is just...
Phaeton inbound.
That thing is psychic. It knows when I'm firing. Plus the fact I'm not that great a shot. I get all excited because for that very reason right there. Each individual shot is not all that powerful, but in combination they can really do some damage.
It's usually less busy. Quite lonely, actually.
So I'm really taking my time here. I think I have a view on the phaeton. Not really sure. I'm trying to shoot through these cracks in the rocks. I don't want to drive down there on the flat and take it on because it'll start zigzagging on me and I'll keep missing shots and I'll keep putting fire on me. And I want this this tank as healthy as it can be. I think I got a hit there. Alright, and I can't quite see. Now, I'm actually doing this voiceover here with a very small preview screen, so I'm kind of squinting my eyes to see how I'm doing. You would think I remember this because I just did it a little while ago. Well, that's what happens when you get old.
I do find this rather exhilarating, in spite of
All right.
myself.
Another little crack in the rocks. You can see the Phaeton moving over there.
Give me the stuff that goes there.
Alright, that ghost was lurking around there. I didn't want it to start popping me. Still looking for that Phaeton. Alright. My gunner is firing at it. No, actually, it's firing at that turret. Here, I'm going to back up again. Notice how rear end of my tank is zigzagging all over. There we go. Got it. Extremely happy about that.
Humanity has not changed much since.
Alright, I'm going to move up a little bit here. And what's going to happen is we're going to see a night spawn on the rocks that I'm pointed at. And off just to the right in the distance will be a turret. So I take one shot at the knight and start firing at the turret. Take it out as quickly as I can. I'm not worried about the knight because he's just going to stand there and just allow me to pepper him with cannon fire.
Human, have you become deactivated?
He will go down here eventually. There he goes. Alright, now, in this area, we have, that was a crawler by the way, we have 3 knights and a half a dozen or more crawlers. And over beyond the rock where that first knight is may or may not be a Covenant that lived through the Phaeton barrage. Sometimes there's an elite that survives, sometimes not. And here I am, I'm getting zigzaggy again. All I can say is I'm glad I wasn't doing this voiceover, this commentary real time, because you probably would have learned a few new words. Alright, for some reason that knight, who normally doesn't do that, decided to come out and face me, which actually is to my advantage. I want to stay at distance because he's got some sort of weapon that can do damage. Alright, but I took him out fairly easily. Okay, now we got 2 knights and some crawlers left. And these knights tend to hang out around the edges and behind rocks. And so what I try to do with these guys is I'll fire at the edges to see if I can get them to jump out. Because they have a habit of jumping one way or the other and then start walking back to where they were until they're really hiding. That guy right there, oh, that was a crawler. Sorry. So this is why you see me firing at the spots I'm firing at. I'm not aiming at anything in particular. I'm just trying to get these knights to come out of cover. Alright, that was another crawler. I think I got one knight. There's a knight there, and I just got him. Alright, so I got 1 knight left. And this guy, I believe in this run, was just so dug in, he just did not want to make an appearance. I couldn't get him to jump out. So I spent a little bit of time here just firing away, trying to get him to jump one way or the other. He's just not being very cooperative. I know he's hiding behind there somewhere. Sort of rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. He just didn't want to come out. Come on, come out and play. I'm moving around a little bit to see if I can get a slightly better angle. Nothing seems to be working. Alright. What I'm doing now is I'm firing across to see if the Covenant anybody from the Covenant over there survived, and it doesn't look like it, because normally if the elite's there, he'll start firing at me. And I could actually hear an FRG grunt early on, and I'm not seeing any sort of firing come from there. Alright, so what I decided to do, I was getting tired of doing what I was just doing, so I'm going to come around this side here. Pretty confident that there's no Covenant, but I decided to take another shot or two into that area. And I'm going to try to take this knight out. I know he's still there. Try to take this knight out from this side. Alright, that was a crawler. I believe we're firing at the knight now. Yep. Again, he's trying to jump back into cover. Jumping around. Alright, at least this time he's starting to walk out a little bit. Notice how I fired to the right to get him to move back towards me. And there we go. That's it. Probably got a crawler or two left. Yep.
Torpedoes under fire.
I believe that's it. Get that thing out of the way.
Looks like the road ends here.
You think that was fun? Wait till you see what comes up next. Okay, first up in here we're going to see a ghost and a banshee, which we have to take out. I'm moving up just enough. You can see the banshee off there in the distance. I'm trying to get the ghost to come after me. Alright, that was pretty easy actually. Alright, here comes the banshee. Yeah, boy, I'm a terrible shot. Okay, but we got him that time, and my gunner and I. Alright, up next, as we advance, there's going to be two wraiths down there, and they're going to start firing at me, so I'm actually going to drive past where they're firing, right there, see? And then I'm going to take out wraith number one. I'm not worried about the turret. There's wraith number one. Here comes wraith number two. I'm getting all... Notice I try to come in underneath it a little bit. Got wraith number two. Oh, and there's an FRG grunt over there. Now I'm being very careful with those guys over there. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So I'm backing up here. Trying to take out the guys that are out there at distance. There's a ghost, an unattended ghost over where the FRG grunt and the jackals are. Or were. And the reason I'm being very careful is that I may need to use that ghost when I do my tank teleport trick. And there's some luck involved here. In this particular run there actually was a ghost a little bit further up that was relatively untouched. Sometimes it gets blown apart. This is why I want to make sure that the ghost in this area is available to me. And flipping around again. Alright, off in the distance was an elite and a grunt or two. And I'm looking around to see, make sure that I've got all the coveys. When I do... Alright. I believe I took out the last of the little guys over there. And the ghost is actually to the left of the shielding, or those barriers. Right, that must be okay. What I'm doing here is I'm getting the destroy the race out of the way, and we'll see why here momentarily. Now, as I come up here. Oh, I must have already done that. Okay, there was a... I'm sorry, I missed all that. There was a turret and a knight off in the distance, which I apparently took out. And because the screen is so small, I didn't see it. Now here, that's a knight spawning up there. And I'm immediately getting out of dodge. I want to take him at distance, because Very dangerous. I don't want any more damage or any damage on my tank. So as soon as he spawns, I start backing up. And you can hear, you'll see a little blue flash, and you can also hear it when he spawns. So as soon as he does that, I'm backing up. And that's why I got the race out of the way. I wanted a clear path to back up on. See, at distance, there's not much he can do except stand there and let me take him out. Okay. Now we got got another knight down here just kind of standing still. Now with the ghost that's back there, there's a little bit of luck involved. I have to make sure that all my guys survive and stay on the tank, because if one of them gets knocked off or dies and then respawns, for some reason they want to go after the ghost. And if you can, and that happens, jump out of the tank, reposition them, make the tank in the safe place. Alright, I'm going after a Phaeton over there, by the way. Put the tank in a safe place and then grab the ghost and drive it all the way back up where we enter, so they won't go after it. I've done that in past runs. Sometimes these guys are your buddies, and sometimes they just cause heartburn. Now in this particular run, notice that everybody's still on the tank, which makes it a lot easier. Now this Phaeton is turning out to be a pain in the butt. Again, an individual shot won't hurt that much, but they come in bunches. And so I'm coming out. He's just moving enough that I'm missing him, or I'm hitting a rock. So I'll take a shot and then I'll back up, so when he fires I don't get hit. Come back out on the bridge, look to the left, take a shot until he starts firing again. Right now he's not. There he goes. For some reason he stopped firing, which is a good thing. Alright, now there's another ghost down here with an elite in it. We want to take that out.
Keep an eye on that ghost!
Alright, got him. Way off in the distance here, in my northeast corner, if you will, where my tank is pointing now, there are two elites. Not elites, I'm sorry, knights. And they tend to want to hide at times. Sometimes when a knight gets hurt, it will charge, which is a good thing for me, because then I can pick them off a lot easier. Now there's little barriers back there that go up and down depending on whether or not somebody's behind them. Ooh, one of them's down. Good. So that's why I know that they're around those areas somewhere, because the barrier's still up. Now see, the barrier just went down. One to the left. And it looks like this guy is a little bit irritated. He's moving up on me. He's not too smart. And there he goes. Alright, now what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to come down towards the bottom of this little hill, which is going to spawn 3 more knights, immediately turn around and back up. I'm doing this because my ability to spin the tank around is somewhat suspect.
Here comes a wraith.
I'm not worried about the wraith. Not at this point. I don't know what he was firing at. These guys, you know, unless they charge, are pretty easy targets.
I'm taking this knight down.
Alright, that's one down. One down and 2 to go. And they're moving. Well, he stopped and we tagged him. There's number 3 I'm firing at now. Must be overconfident or something, because he's not really running up the ramp at me. Okay, that's it. Now we got to take out a wraith. And this guy's a pain in the butt. And I've seen different positions, you know, for attacking him, but I found that the safest one's up here. Although he did fire a lucky shot at me from cover.
How much time do we
So I
have?
kind of come up here and just ease up to this little gap. And what I'm trying to do is get him to move out just a little bit, so I get a better view on him. I'll just keep firing down there. Oh! Now, out of nowhere, he didn't see me. He just fired a shot. So I easily got out of the way there. So I'm back at it. He probably moved out just a little bit to fire that shot. Yep, there he goes. Alright, that's it. That takes care of the Wraith. Now we come to the bridge and we meet Warden number 1. Number 2 and 3 are back a ways. I'm just getting this garbage out of the way. That's all I'm doing.
This way, straight ahead.
Alright, I'm going to park her right here. And we need to run down here and get Exuberant to activate the light bridge and let me run across it to spawn
Is there another
the Warden and a couple of turrets, actually. I'm not worried about the turrets. They don't come into play.
There you are.
Alright, so here we go. We're running and running and running.
Most exciting.
Oh, I heard something. I'm getting out of here.
Hurry, humans. The gateway is open.
There's a very subtle flash back here, too. Okay, there's the Warden.
I have bad news, humans. The Warden has found us.
Alright, now I'm going to ease on down here to give myself a shot at him. If I see him whipping that gold lariat, he's getting ready to fire one of those nasty dark energy bolts at me. I will move. I will get out of there. I don't want to take a hit. You can see him right there. See just the top of his head? So I know I've hit him in the head. The first time I do, we'll see that little flash of blue and black.
Combat is quite
Or
exciting.
black and blue, however you want to put it. So now I'm just going to sit here and just pepper him. If I see him fire a bolt, an energy bolt, a regular one, which he can do, a yellow one, then I'm going to back up as quickly as I can because that will EMP my tank. If I see him start to fire up that dark energy bolt, we'll be able to see it even if we don't see the lick. We'll see him spin in his hands to get it going. I will immediately back up to cover. But for now, I'm just trying to hit him in the head. And all I see is just the tippy top of his head. So sometimes I'm hitting in... Oh, I took him out. Jeez, that went pretty quick. Alright. I'm going to park the tank here. And I'm going to go look for the ghost. Now the first spot I'm going to look is up here on the right, because there is a ghost parked up here. However, sometimes it just gets blown away. This time it's still in pretty good shape. That's why I had the other ghost. I wanted to save the other ghost, just in case this one got blown away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down here. This all has to happen pretty quick. I'm going to mark the tank.
Let's go.
Make sure that somebody's in the gunner seat. And I think one of them actually jumped on the treads there. Alright, just flashing just to make sure everything's okay. Now I'm off and running. Okay, make sure that somebody's in the turret, and I'm off and running. The idea here is that my guys will respawn behind me when I reach a certain checkpoint. And if somebody's in the tank, the whole tank will respawn behind me. That's the teleportation trick, and there it is. Now sometimes it doesn't work, and I'm not really quite sure why. Maybe I'm not quick enough. But if it, I've gotten to this point not seen the tank, and I just killed it and started over. Because I do not want to take these guys on without the tank. Alright, what I did is I ran up there and get everybody spawned, and notice that the tank came down and it's in a pretty good position because the first ward is in view. There's some frogs. Come on, gunners, take the frogs out. I'm not absolutely sure where he's at. I think I see him. I'm not quite sure, so I jump out of the tank just to get a view on where he's at. Okay. Now I know where he's at. I'm going to start firing. And if you can start popping him here quick enough, he will not move. He might move back and forth a little bit, but he will not move to cover. Which is a good thing, because if he moves to cover, it becomes a real pain to get him in a position where you can pop him. I remember how many shots it took for me to take out the ward number 1, so it's going to be just about the same. If I see that black and blue thingy, then I know that I'm popping pretty good, and Exuberant will tell me that I'm doing good. In fact, she'll let me know when he's just about ready to go. So I'm just sitting here just popping away. I can just barely see him off there in the distance.
You are doing a fantastic job, humans. The warden is furious.
Okay, that means he's about ready to go. Just keep firing away, firing away. Alright, there he goes. That's warden number 1 down. That actually was pretty simple. Alright, warden number 2 just spawned. I'm not really sure where he's at. I might have to jump out of the tank again to see where he's at. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to go back up the hill that we came down on. There's a platform up there, but what will happen is some people will go up there to get a better view. What will happen is that'll spawn a knight, and you don't want that to happen. Alright, I'm moving myself here to get blocked in case there's an energy bubble. You also don't want to go too far. Well, that's a knight up there, so I'm trying to see where the warden is. Here I am spinning myself around again. I'm a little concerned because I don't want to go up that hill that's in front of me, because that will spawn 3 knights. I found that out the hard way. So where you see the platforms... Okay, I think he just fell off the map. Where you see the platform up there, up that hill, do not go there. And I don't know if we'll see the other platform. It's behind me now. Oh, he came back.
Keep her steady.
I believe I'm firing at the warden. I'm not sure. But that exuberance telling me that I'm popping him pretty good.
Ignore me. You're doing wonderfully.
So I'm just sitting here watching the screen here to see if I've taken him out.
You've almost done it. Keep fighting.
Get hostiles to the other end of my cannon.
The anticipation is killing me. Oh, I saw a flash that time. Alright, that's it. Ward number 3 is toast. Now it's a matter of taking out the ads. We got some knights, we got a couple of soldier captains, and some crawls. And we're going to spend probably about, 7 or 8 minutes taking care of these buggers. Unfortunately, even though the wardens are down, we cannot With the last warden going down, the ads do not despawn, so we got to take them out. There's also a couple of turrets up there.
Move up.
Alright, the only way I can get these guys to move is to jump out of the tank. And actually, looking at the tank, I'm pretty proud that it's in the shape that it's in, given everything that I had to put it through. Plus the fact I didn't need any revives. Well, that was the other thing in the beginning. If I go down, if I get meleeed or something like that, my buddies won't revive me. Even though with score attack activated, if they're one of the guys are nearby and you go into armor lock, they will be able to revive you. However, going down the spine of that guardian, apparently none of that worked. That's why it's a pain in the butt going down there. So what we're doing here is a lot of rinse and repeat action. I'm trying to take out. There's a couple of knights there. There's the captains, soldier captains with the splinter cannons, or the splinter turrets, or whatever they're called.
On my mark.
So I'm trying to get my guys to go up there, and they'll run up there and they'll engage momentarily, and then they'll get all scared and stuff, and then run back. And I'm trying to take out that soldier captain way up there in the distance. Alright, mark the knight. See how well they do this time. By the way, marking a bad guy that way also helps me, because they're easier to see. Okay, I see a turret up there on the right. Something fired up there, and I think it was a turret. It might be a turret or another soldier captain. That was a turret. That flash that I saw up there was a turret.
Copy that.
Now I just tried to reposition the guys, and of course nobody's moving. It's possible that one or two of them are down. Alright, and jump out of it.
New target, Osiris.
That's a soldier captain back there, way in the back. So if I get a hit on him, he'll be a lot easier to take out than a knight. Oh yeah, I can hear the turret now.
I never was in combat before. This is rather distressing and exciting.
Copy that.
Not sure whether I took him out or not. See how they run for cover? Even though I marked that captain. I mean that knight. He just ran. I guess. Not sure who that was. Well, that was Tanaka or Vale. Probably Tanaka. Tanaka has the silver suit. Vale has the red suit.
Out of the Scorpion.
Move, double time.
Armor.
Done, Bob.
Yeah, that's Tanaka. Yeah, I'm trying to mark. Yeah, I might have taken that soldier captain out. Just don't see him.
On my mark.
Again, I've got this really small freeze, just like a postcard. So, you know, when you take a bad guy out, the score will light up, but the numbers are so small that I can hardly see them. That's why I was really squinting to see if I took out that warden. I'm not ready yet. Quite yet. Okay, good. I got something marked up there. That's probably a knight because it was chasing. Tanaka.
We'll see if we get targets in here.
I'll get it done, Log.
Check location.
Roger that!
You got it.
definitely pesky.
Okay, I'm out of the score project.
Alright, I'm not sure whether or not I took him down, but they're both down up there. Don't know if we got there quick enough. Doesn't look like it. Alright, I must have taken that knight. I would never drive this thing up if there was a knight hanging out. Yeah, I must have taken the knight out. I apologize for not declaring it when it happened. Alright, that was turn number 1 going down. See if I can get a better angle here. Oh, there it goes, spinning around again. We're just a few minutes from the end. Once we clear all the ads, and I mean all the ads, then we'll be able to end the mission. Which is a good thing. God, I almost jumped off the daggone map.
Push up.
I'm moving everybody up. That was scary. Once we get through a couple, 3 more minutes here, clean everybody out and get to the end of the mission, then I'll be able to start rendering this and go get dinner. Now, I don't know whether that's a soldier captain or a turret. I think it was a soldier captain I just knocked off the map. We still maybe have a turret up there on the right. And I believe there's another soldier captain way up there where I'm firing with another splinter cannon or splinter turret. Probably splinter cannon. I'm not really good on the weapon terminology. So I want to get my guys running up there. Get that guy out under cover. I'm thinking he might be the end of it. Alright, there he goes. Now, as it turns out, there were a couple of crawlers left.
The warden is quite humiliated, I assure you.
And I thought at that point that we were home free. So I'm going to run up the ramp here. And lo and behold, oops, I heard something. I don't know whether that was spawn or despawn. I didn't see anything spawning real quick, so I'm running up here and saying, okay, we're good to go. And boom, a couple crawlers. Alright, now we should be free. You hear my health coming back there? Shields are shot, but my health came back. Alright, here we go. That's it. That's the end of the mission. We'll see my post-game carnage count with a really funny looking screen. But I do hope this helps you in your quest for Genesis on Mythic LASO. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Old and Achy signing off. Take care, everybody.